Hi friends, you made it to episode number 3 of Let's Plan Christmas here on Planner Beat. So in the last episode, what we did was we made our planning sheets, and how we got here, if you haven't caught up, is we did an overview of what Christmas, our typical Christmas looks like. I just wrote mine out, and then I developed a visual timeline of what typically happens for me Christmas as far as planning and events and so forth. And from there, you saw me do a brain dump, which did that. And then to categorize it, to further organize our thoughts and our notes, I placed my brain dump into categories. And then each category, for what I know now, as I wrote pretty much everything I knew that needed to happen. And then we assign these guys places to go in our planning sheets by looking at what we can do now versus, what we can't do, as far as, like ordering pizza for Christmas Eve. Unless you get a frozen pizza, but whatever. So you saw me break down these, go over each one, what I believe I can get done, like in the month of July or in the month of November. And then I placed that on our sheets. Now in this next episode, in this next segment, I'm going to create an event page. I'm going to further break these down and make it a little bit more organized. I always suggest when you're doing something like this is to keep your notes regardless, so you have something to refer back to. It's like, what was my original thought? Because this is your source material. This is your source material for your planning. So keep that. But to further organize it, to further break these tasks down even farther, I'm going to create an event page, which I often call a project page, which I'll quickly show you what that looks like for me. What I'm currently working on in my personal Filofax. This is in a Vanderspec binder. So in my personal, I keep a big section called projects. Now you turn here, and then I have a little sticky note here. Project planning starts off as a goal, wanting something done. Goes to brain dumping, anything or everything related. Goes to brainstorming on how to accomplish, like if I need supplies or contacts, timeline, budget. Then it becomes a project. And then I create a project page, and I transfer my brain dump and brainstorm into a mind map and break that down into a group of next 3 things. These are the planning steps and placing on my schedule for planning, prepping, and scheduling and purchasing. So the example of that, what we're going to do today for Christmas, is I'm going to refer just quick glance at what I'm doing for my fence and yard project. So I have that here. So this is I should have removed these before the video. This is a title page of my project. So what I'm doing is my gate post is rotting, and it's a pain in the butt to enter from where it's at. So I'm going to be transferring the gate over. It's a temporary fence because I don't own the lot my house is on. So I can't have a permanent fence. So it's more like those wire fences. I started working on this in March. I wanted it to be done before May, but my painting got pushed back, and then I got my deck got pushed up. So it's been a minute. So, but that's a title page. That's what we're gonna do today with one of my Christmas events. And then I break it down into like a mind map. So this is everything I brainstorm, what needs to replace the back gate and fencing or the gate. And then I wrote everything related, like what I need to purchase, what I believe I needed to purchase. And then just a visual mind map of what, the first 3 things. And after I do that, what was the next 3 things? You can see I'm still stuck on this step. And then I have even the next steps after I finish this steps goes on. And then here was the activity log that I created. The first thing I had to do was call to get the underlying utilities marked. And then I have notes here. It got pushed back, because the utility guy couldn't find something or whatever. And I had a delay. This is how I know, what's the status of this project? How's it going? And this is where I'm currently at for May. And then it's my next step. And I think I wrote this down at work. I put that down here. Here's a supplies list, which I already looked up what I might need for this, for budgeting and stuff. I have the budget, what I wanted to spend on this, but it might go over. But this is what an event / project section looks like to me. I'm going to be creating that in my Christmas book. I might create a satellite one for this one, because I already do have my Christmas section in here. If I didn't show it in my previous episodes. So let's see here, Christmas. Let's go back to the front. I have a little nice table of contents in case. So when I'm done with any project, I just take it off and then I replace the sticky note with whatever's in there. So Christmas is the last one here. And then I have some gift ideas right here, and some things I needed to know, what I wanted. This, I think I don't remember when I made this, but in the videos I created, we already transferred these over. So I always put a flag on any note that I put in that I want to transfer over into another book. My Filofax just acts as my scheduler and my everyday carry. I don't have my complete system with me at all times. So when I get home, what I do is I whatever this little flag calls my attention to. It's kind of a habit because it sticks out on the front, on the top of the binder. So you can see that. It's kind of hard with the camera angle. But there, I'm like, oh, what's that? What do I need? What's that? And then that is just me like, oh, that's a note I need to transfer into the appropriate section so it gets worked on or done or whatever I need to do for that note. And since I know I already did transfer this information over, I'm going to just take the sticky notes. I'm not getting rid of this paper because I might, maybe I'm out away from my books. I might get another idea of what I need to buy and then put it on here, and then I'll just be like, oh, so it gets transferred over into the Christmas book if that's the place where I'm going to be assigning it. So that's what we're going to be creating today, except for I'm going to be using the Happy Planner size paper because that's where I'm housing my Christmas book, most of my Christmas planning and this year. So that is what we are going to do today. So in how I'm going to be setting it up is I'm going to be using, this is just going to be a rough draft. I'm going to be using a blank paper. That's going to be that title page you saw. And then on this side is I'm going to do the mind map, right? So I have a visual and lists and stuff. And then I'm going to have a more of a line paper for that little activity log that you saw in the other binder. So let's get going. I'm only going to do one on camera because I don't want these episodes to be too long. They're not intended to be too long. They're intended to be a snapshot of what I'm doing, and then gives you time to do your own, to work through the videos with me. So this one I'm going to focus on is the biggest event in my Christmas besides the actual gifts and everything. I'm going through is the cookie party. We're going to break this down today. This cookie Christmas decorating party with the kids. So we're going to do event page today. And then I'll show you what the other pages look like. I always like mine to be on this side so that when I open it up, the mind map and the activity log are on one spread. So that's how it works for me. So in pencil, because I want to decorate this page and stuff, but I don't have time to do that here on camera. So we're going to say cookie party with the kids. There's a date, time, and then whatever else. We don't have that information right. In my last video, I talked about it's not important to know the date and time right now that we're doing these pre-planning. All I know is that this event will happen regardless of if I know all the guest lists or the date and time. It's going to happen regardless, so I can get started on it right now. All right, on this side is where I'm going to draw a mind map, kind of break down the sections and complete as much of the lists as I can. So in the middle, I'm going to say cookie party. I'm going to say date, time. I probably need more space, but whatever. We're going to do that. And over here, it doesn't matter like the order or anything. It doesn't matter for this, and I'll explain it here in a minute. So on this side, I'm going to do the guest list. And then the action steps is I need to text my mom, text my best friend Kara, and maybe text Kid. She came last time. She might not come. And for sure, I know that I'm going, my sister, my niece, nephew, mom, dad. So I know for sure these guys all show up. Last year my mom was sick. And then possibly Kara, Strader. These are her kids, and then my brother and my brother-in-law's son, and I don't know for sure if they can come because they rotate on whose kid kid is with what parent and what have you. Okay, so I'm going based off of going based off of this, and then I'm breaking these guys down into the action steps I need to accomplish that. So in order to get the guest list, I have to text my mom, say, hey, are you coming? Text Kara, text Kid. Mom and dad are attached. My sister and her kids live with me, so I don't know if they're coming or not. So, okay. So we got the guests, the date and the time. The pre-baked dates, it's good. That's going to be worked out in when I do the kind of like the cookie baking, which is related to the other event, which is the baking and exchange when I develop, right? You saw me in this the last video to decide on when I'm gonna bake and what have you, plan that out. Okay, so on that one, let's jump to, I know I'm writing it super big, so I'm running out of space already. It's crazy. Okay, so let's see the pre-bake schedule. In lunch menu. What's that right there? Lunch menu. And the action steps I need to take for that is confirm number of people, and I need to confirm the menu. Oops. That's why I'm writing in pencil. This is my rough draft anyway, so it's not a big deal. Confirm. I said menu. So we go pizza. And last year I've been making soup, the Zupa soup. Just I can't even say it. Zupa. I almost wrote it twice. Soup. And for that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make over here. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna write soup list, and then I'm writing out, make sure it's in frame first, everything I need for that soup. So I need chicken, sausage, bacon, kale, potatoes. I probably didn't spell that right, I don't know. Cream, onion, garlic. So when I put these create shopping lists. I'm already creating my shopping list right here. As I get closer to that, I may or may not have some of these supplies on hand when it comes to it, but this is what I need. Let me make sure: chicken stock, sausage, bacon. And if I miss anything, I'll write it on there. Okay, and then also for over here, need drinks for kids and drinks for adults. There's ice. And then, let's see. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm over here. for the cookie. What is it? I'm leaning over my tripod too, so that makes it hard. Cookie setup/list. And I'm gonna refer to, okay, yeah, I got that. That's on that one. All right, cookies. So I need to inventory current supplies. Right, that is on that. And this is going to be breakdown of the supplies I need. Or yeah, and then obviously make list for, I'm going to do box shopping. And then what? Here we go. Here's the list. I can make this list. I'm making this list right now of what I need for the party, and then I'll go and check my pantry and see if I have anything else. 2 colors of each frosting. I get red, blue, green, and then white. Okay. Red decor. Sprinkles, like the red and green classic Christmas. That's my favorite time. And then blue decor sprinkles. And then I need, okay, so that's pretty much what we use for the cookies, right? Besides what I'm gonna, the recipe list, which I don't have room for, but I'll pull from the recipe later, in a minute. Who knows? I don't know. I need 3 large tables and chairs. I need probably 4 tablecloths. And this might be that Xmas specific, which I have here. I'll put Xmas specific. You know, the cutesy little Christmas tablecloths and stuff like that. And then obviously, I'll put that on there. I need takeaway containers. The parchment paper. And then maybe writing icing. We did it last year, and it was okay, but it has problem not setting. So I'll just put a question mark there. And then, you know, like cutlery. I probably spelled that wrong. Plates, cups, etc. Okay. And then, okay, so this is my list right here. This is pretty much the breakdown, the cookie setup list, inventory list. And then I have the guest list here, what I need to do for the food. And then I'm going to maybe prep, and I'm going to probably redo this because I'm writing extra big so you guys can see it. And then over here, so if I run out of space, I'm going to redo this. This is my sloppy copy here. I need to do a prep schedule / list that night before. I don't think I have it on for the cookie party. Oh yeah, I do. Night before prep and the big tables and stuff like that, clean the house. So the prep schedule list, and then, you know, like table, and I said table setup, and, you know, get supplies, stuff like that. So that's some action steps I need to take. And then part of this is budget, which I didn't put here. So budget, and that's part of the Christmas. I have it all in my little, pretty much every one for Christmas is the budget. Okay. I'm just looking here at all my notes. Let's see. Bring break, night before setup, schedule shop. Yeah, so the actions. And I said inventory, make list for shopping, and then schedule time to shop. Okay, so this is just kind of my mind map. I'm gonna probably here, and here. Guest list. Let's see if we got everything off of off of this list. So I need to do the date and time. That's part of what I'll be planning for my planning sheets. The pre-bake time, lunch menu, guest list, supplies, shop for items, and then I got everything. So I don't have room on here for the actual cookie recipe. I have that in my book already. That's just one recipe I always have in there. So that'll be in the recipe section, which I'll show in the next video when we put everything together. But as far as the supplies for decorating, this is for because the cookies will already be baked. They're already going to be baked. This is just for the event for partying. So the cookies, baking the cookies is part of the whole Christmas baking, the other event that I have that leads up to this, because that has to happen. All the baking has to happen in order for this guy to happen. And then the party is all about decorating those cookies. So that's the items I need so far that I know, right? Because right now it's June 2024 that I'm making this video. The video might publish in July 2024. I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit. But this is what I know now based off of prior years of doing this almost every single year. So that's what this is. So this is the title page. And this is the mind map. Now I'm going to pretty much do kind of what we did in the last video, when I'm going to pull from this list what I can do right now. And that's when, let's go back to my projects book here in the yard. So that I'm going to pull the first things I can do or that need to get done first. And that's what I call either the first three or the next three. So the first actually was, I didn't write it down, but was developing this. And then the next three things I have to do. So the first things I can do for this event, even though we're months behind, I'm gonna, where's my piece of paper? Okay, here it is. I got it. I'm gonna pull the first things I know I can do right now, and that was what we put actually in for the July paper or planning sheet, and that is going to be inventorying the supplies and stuff, which is part of this guy. So I'm going to put down, these are the first things I could pull right now. That is the easiest for me. I say first three things, and I'm going to put inventory, current supplies, and obviously make the inventory list. That's pretty much this broken down again. Make inventory list, and then I'm gonna make a shopping list. I can do that right now, June 2024, because I already have this stuff on hand. The idea of this is to see what I have on hand now, so that when it comes to shopping, when I schedule myself to shop, I already have a list that's already created, and I'm just already ready to rock and roll. So as I complete these three things, I'll cross it off the list. I'll have my list, which I'll probably show as when I do these things. I might have little vlogs or so. I haven't decided. This is brand new kind of video situation for me. I'm still new to YouTube, so I don't know how this is going to work out. But when I complete these things, then I go to the list again, and then I'll write down the next three things I can do, and so on and so forth. And we'll go through until everything is completed, and we might get most of the stuff done before even November hits. Remember, we in that episode number 2, we went through the list and see what we can get done now until, and then most of the stuff we could get done, except for there's a couple things, the actual action of prepping the night before, right? Can't do that till the night before the event. So that is what that looks like. Let me move that out of the way. That was another event page. Okay, so this is pretty much, this is what it's going to look like for me. I'm not really going to refer to these pages, because these pages have already been processed. I've already processed them and put them into into these pages as far as the planning sheets go. But now I want to, for the event pages, these, just so I have more, because you can, if it works for you. You don't have a lot. I don't have a lot more space to write as I add, I want to add maybe shopping list or whatever. So I'm going to create divider sections in my Christmas book so I can expand on these and keep all the notes regarding, this event together, and then how my progress, my activity log, and how, if I'm done, or my completion rate, right? What I'm doing, the status of it is, I'm going to have it logged. So I have a visual. I'm like, okay, where am I at on this? Am I almost done? What else do I need to do? And that's what this visual, that's how it helps for me. And then in the next video, you're going to see how everything is put together and how where I'm going to work through and schedule stuff. So this is what that cookie party event looks like. I made the other ones already off camera, so I'll quickly show you. And here's the title page for the cookie baking and the exchange. So here's the map for that, the planning, what I needed to do, the exchange, right? I needed the delivery date and everything else, stuff like that. What I know now, what I can do now, the preps and stuff like that. And this I'll add as we go. So that's what that, I don't have the first or next steps on that. I didn't get that far. I'm quickly trying to get these videos kind of up and done before, my goal is to have these up by July, but we'll see. I said Christmas Eve blessings and pizza party. Sometimes my niece goes to church, or will you go out and look at Christmas lights? We don't do that every year, but I just added the blessings part. Here's what Christmas Eve, that mind map looks, right? Here's the tentative guest list. I know what happens typically every year, but might not. Christmas Eve gift, so we may read that. Pizza plan, right? I made all these lists already. I didn't have to wait. Beep. So that's what that, and I don't have next actions for that one. Christmas morning and gift exchange. This one's a little bit bigger. Here's what I needed to do, right? We had that. I'm kind of getting lost in all my notes here. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. So here's all of that. And I broke it down farther into this visual mind map for myself. You don't have to. You do whatever works for you, because your book is going to be working for you and how your situation goes. But this is, and then here's this. I said weeds? Yeah, whatever. Oh, needs / purchase. My N, it looked like a W. Needs / purchase. And then here's where the Christmas tree bag goes, and the stockings. And then I also have a list going for after Christmas. Like I'm hoping to do inventory items, kind of a where are they list. When I do the inventory, like, okay, now where are they? And then scheduling a Christmas cleanup, because you have the put up, then you got to remember, you got to take everything down and put it away. So that's what that looks like. So I hope these videos have helped you. I'm getting excited for the next video. I am not ready to show my Christmas planner because it is a mess. It's all these notes and sheets I've created for these videos for you guys. So that one might take a little bit to get up, but hopefully I can get it up quickly so you can see how my Christmas planner and book is going to look like. So we'll see you in episode 4 when we have all of this put together. Good luck in your Christmas planning, and hopefully you're working through these videos and making your own Christmas planning sheets. See you next time. Bye.